That feels so wrong.
In Jurassic World, the kiss between Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt after Claire saves him from a flying dinosaur wasn't in the script. Bryce later revealed it was spontaneous, with director Colin deciding the characters had earned the moment by the time they shot the scene.
If I remember correctly, we didn't tell Bryce.
No, that was a surprise.
Yeah, we surprised her with that.
When it comes to entertainment, few comedic geniuses like Reynolds and Chris Pratt ever hold back. Their no-filter personalities often make working with them a challenge. And in one scene with Aubrey Plaza, Pratt, after getting slapped by her, gets really turned on and just can't hold it anymore.
You have a boner?
I do.
Dude.
I can't help it. That is crazy. No one's ever slapped me before. You can't tell me, looking at that, you don't want to just fuck it.
On the set of Parks and Recreation, Pratt was always hunting for a chance to pull something hilariously stupid. Anytime he got his hands on a prop, whether it was an ice cream cone or even a papaya, he'd turn it into peak awkwardness. And almost every time, it left Aubrey Plaza breaking character.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Andy.
And if that wasn't enough, when he was handed a marker to explain the game rules, Pratt went ahead and drew a this time cracking himself up so badly that even he broke character.
You know what my favorite part of this play is? Penetrates. They call this the egg.
There's this intense scene where Star-Lord is struggling to explain to Nebula how to open a car door. And out of nowhere, Pratt just screams,
There's a button under the handle. Press that in.
Okay. Now what?
Open the door.
Although it's not something you'd expect in a Marvel movie, it gives the scene a genuine, unscripted quality that written lines might not have been able to.
Open the door.
In the Kaboom sketch from Parks and Recreation, after Anne calls her ex Andy, he hilariously mistakes it as a hookup signal and shows up completely naked.
I'm so sorry. All right.
Chris Pratt was originally supposed to wear skin-colored underwear, but when Amy Poehler's reaction wasn't as shocking as expected, he went off script and actually showed up wearing nothing, leaving Amy genuinely stunned.
Why are you naked? Oh!
Amy was going, Andy, but to me it didn't seem like she really was reacting to seeing my dick. And so I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my trowel as an improv.
In Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the hilarious moment when Peter compliments the blackness of Nebula's eyes was completely improvised, and director James Gunn loved it so much that he had Nebula fire back with a perfectly deadpan reply.
I just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father.
Just seconds later, Pratt topped it off with yet another improvised gem.
He picked a pretty set.
In another scene from Parks and Recreation, after Leslie refuses to admit she has a severe case of the flu, Pratt suddenly delivers a line so hilarious that even the directors called it the funniest thing ever said on set. And it was totally improvised.
Yeah, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here and it says you could have network connectivity problems.
In Guardians of the Galaxy, when Gamora calls Peter's ship dirty, he fires back with his improvised joke.
Your ship is filthy.
If I had a black light, the place would look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
While kids might take it as just an artsy reference, adults instantly get the cheeky double meaning. And that was just one of the raunchy moments that came straight from Pratt's goofy brain.
You got issues, Quill.
In Parks and Recreation, Chris Pratt used every chance to mess around. In one outtake, when Amy Poehler asked the group to act like seniors to understand their issues, Pratt jumped in with improvised jokes that had everyone cracking up.
I think we should pretend like we're old people and practice.
When I sit down to do my dirty business, my gonads hangle in the water. Hangle?
Me.
In Season 5, Episode 19 of Parks and Recreation, Pratt delivers one of the show's funniest punchlines after Leslie hilariously messes up the butter-making process. And it instantly sends everyone into laughing chaos.
Now, is that made from the milk from the goat's penis?
You want it to be?
No, I just noticed it tastes a lot different from when I was drinking it.
In Passengers, Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence learned mid-shoot that their bulky spacesuits made their first kiss nearly impossible. Her lips literally couldn't reach his. Their awkward, in-character reactions were so perfect, the filmmakers kept it in the final cut. In a hilarious outtake from Parks and Recreation, after Andy comes in all excited, he hilariously swings his suitcase a bit too hard. accidentally hitting the switchboard and shutting off all the lights, stopping the shoot for real.
Shattered. You shattered it. Not only did you hit the
Well,
light switch,
that's a
you
wrap.
shattered it.
If that wasn't enough, he later attempts an epic jump over the table only to crash down, taking a monitor with him. In Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the best scenes in the movie is when Peter is supposed to stay quiet while getting his mugshot taken. But Pratt decides to improvise and add his own flair to it.
Nick, do you want some of mine?
During Ben's bachelor party on Parks and Recreation, Pratt turns a simple ice cream run into a chaos of laughter. Instead of eating it normally, he molds the strawberry cone into something wildly inappropriate, making his co-actors struggle to hold it together.
Come to Sherm's.
Not many can outshine Pratt's goofiness, but during the post-breakup scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Drax was supposed to cheer him up and instead cracked so many improvised jokes, leaving Pratt cracking up on the receiving end.
I bet that the poop that comes out of your butt is just regular poop.
Even before his Star-Lord days in Guardians of the Galaxy, Pratt had a knack for being wildly funny, going off script so often and so randomly that the cast could barely tell if he was acting or just being himself.
I have hot snakes, you guys. It's when the diarrhea comes out like a hot snake.
Andy.
While filming Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt accidentally dropped the orb, and the blooper fit Quill's clumsy charm so perfectly that the crew couldn't resist keeping it in the final cut. With Pratt and his goofy humor, he sometimes goes so wild on set that even his co-actors can't help but burst into laughter. During a hilarious outtake, while the group shares stories of great comebacks, Chris suddenly delivers a wildly inappropriate joke that instantly breaks his co-actors.
Everyone loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks.
Robert Downey Jr.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim, well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think. You know what? There's another name you might know me by.
If there's one character always trying too hard to look cool, it's Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. The guy's constantly trying to look badass, so James Gunn couldn't resist poking fun, slipping in a perfectly timed roast that made it into the final cut.
Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw.
On the set of Parks and Recreation, filming with Chris Pratt was almost impossible. He'd constantly go over the top just to mess with everyone, and his epic farts were something the cast could barely hold it together through.
Yep. Shit my pants on camera. Check. Sometimes when I wipe, I'll wipe, and I'll wipe, and I'll wipe, and I'll wipe.
On Parks and Recreation, it seemed as if Pratt and his disgustingly awkward fart and poop jokes never had an end to them, with him going so over the top with them that his co-actors were literally trying hard and still broke multiple times.
Sometimes when I wipe, still poop, still poop. It's like I'm wiping a marker or something.